this is a simple airdrop device in Build Vote for Treasure that you can use to airdrop crates onto your friends. Then once the crates land, you can hit a button and it opens the top and reveals there's a whole bunch of gold inside. Okay, so the materials you need to build this are some optional dome cameras so that you can see the airdrop payload, a couple of jets to fly up into the air, an airplane seat to control it whilst it's in the air, some glue blocks to detach it at the right time, lots of parachutes, some plastic blocks and a bit of titanium blocks which will weight it down. And as well as that, you want some blocks that you put inside the airdrop, for example like gold or plushies or chests or trophies. Now technically you don't need it, but it is nice to use scale tool and screwdriver tool, but you don't actually need them. But you want to start off with building the bottom to your airdrop thing, and we do it out of titanium because it's the heaviest block. Because it's the heaviest block, that means that it'll always be in the correct orientation whenever you land. And the reason we use plastic blocks for the rest of it is because they have no weight, and so they're always going to be the highest up point, whereas the titanium's going to be the lowest down point. So once you have your titanium, you want to fill the inside up. I'm just doing this one without any tools, just to show you that you can do it without tools. So I'm just going to place a whole bunch of gold. And then I'm going to place the walls around the gold. And at the very top, here's an optional step. You add butter blocks, which can be broken away whenever anybody clicks on them. Now make sure you do add a temporary lever, otherwise they will connect to other activation devices inside of your plot, like seats and other unintentional levers. This should be the box, except I've made it here out of titanium. You want to replace all of this titanium with plastic blocks, so let me just do that now. Okay, so now we've got this. The next step, alright, remember you need a temporary lever, otherwise all of the butter will connect to unintended things, and so will your jets. So what you want actually is the temporary lever to be there. And so I'm just building out a little bit. So block, butter, this is the actual detachment block. We don't want it connected to that lever, so we're placing another temporary lever there. And then we get the glue block. Where is it? We get the glue block, we place it down. And then we place off the edge of that glue block another block. It can be whatever type of block you want. Then it's a chair, which should auto connect to that glue block, which is good, what we want. And then a jet on the back of this block, and that should be the entire thing done. You can paint it up, make whatever invisible. Although, if you drop this on your friends, it will completely fall out of the sky, and that is not good. So what we want to do then is... Okay, so you want to place lots of parachutes. You probably want to delete that lever whilst you place them. And if you're not using tools, I would recommend using a merging level, but that doesn't particularly matter. So place all of your parachute blocks, which are now connecting up to the seat. Because of how it's set up by default, whenever you hit the button to disconnect this butter, it should also activate the parachutes. I left a gap here because I left a gap there because of that block. That should be the entire thing done with parachutes. So you now want to save it to your save slot. And then you can either unanchor it or you can launch your boat. But since I have the tool, I'm going to unanchor it because it's simpler. So when you hop into your seat, you want to activate your jet. And then you can pitch up and fly. And then whenever you get over your intended recipient's plot, you just hit F. And then they should have an airdrop which falls out of the sky. You might need a lot more parachutes to counteract the titanium. But then they get an airdrop that arrives on their plot, which they can then open the butter, and then woo, they've got a bunch of gold blocks.